Welcome, reader. In a dystopian future, the world is separated into the glittering paradise of the light. In the slums of the district.
My name is Detective Sebastian Vitro from the District Major Crimes Unit, and I see things. Horrible things.
These are godless times. We're on the path to judgment and damnation.
You and I have obligations.
To do what?
To clear the scum off the streets. And to protect the ones we love.
No!
Access granted.
Surprise!
G'day, guys. How is everybody?
Yeah, hell yeah.
We're back again, mate. Doing this again. We're crazy.
We are. It feels like just yesterday we did this.
I know, and it hasn't been quite a year.
No.
But I was like, geez, really? Has it been that long? Like it does literally feel like we just released Aquila not that long ago.
Yeah.
Super excited to be back here for volume 3 of Fractured Shards.
Number 3. Yeah, it feels like, when did we do it last? I can't remember.
It was December last year, I believe, which was
okay.
Yeah.
That's not too bad.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think
correct us if we're wrong, everyone. That would be fantastic. Yeah, I'm excited about this. Volume 3. Volume 1, 2, spin-off, number 3, and we got plenty more to come after that. Very, very excited that you and I will be attending Baltimore Comic-Con.
Oh, yeah.
Week, what is it, 8, 9, 10?
Yep.
8, 9,
3 full days.
Yes. Sean, you know all about this. Tell us.
So 3 full days. So Friday the 8th, they're open from 1 till 7 p.m. They have scheduled us on for a panel at 2 o'clock on Friday to introduce us to the crowd and get them to come and see us over the weekend, which is super exciting. So then
that's cool.
we're open all day Saturday and Sunday, with Saturday us attending the Ringo Awards. And a couple of people had asked, but I didn't realize this until just recently. But some people, they do have some spare tickets. If you are interested in going to the Ringo Awards, you can purchase tickets to go. And then, we kind of see what happens from there, mate.
There we go. Yeah, I'm very, very excited. I remember the day that I got messages from you going, oh my God, we got nominated for a Ringo Award. I'm like, oh, what's that? And you two were over the moon. So I'm very, 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 very happy that we're going. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be great to meet all the fans. It's going to be my first ever Comic-Con. So congratulations, Baltimore. You popped my cherry. And it couldn't be for a more fun way, like a panel. I will be presenting a couple of awards at the Ringo Awards. So I better have my game face on. And I think, it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to seeing everybody and anybody who turns up and comes to the Comics to Movies booth and checks out all of Sean's magnificence and my magnificence. So
so we just got our booth number the other day. So we're going to be at 2313.
2313.
Yep, and Dan will be there. If you've got the Fractured Shards books, bring them along. We'll sign those. We will have some copies. If you don't have any, you can get them at the show. With a couple of cool little exclusives as well that we've got. As we know, we're all here to support the launch of Fractured Shards Volume 3. But what we are doing at the show is if you can, if you've already backed, come over and show us that you've backed, or if you back on the spot, we will provide you a very limited edition signature plate that you can get both Dan and I to sign on the day. So, so gives you an incentive to come see us at Baltimore, and gives you guys something that no one else will have.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's something that I've been wanting to do for a while, is to just have something very, very specific for a particular location. Like we were potentially going to go to comic book stores or something along those lines. But now that fate has befallen us, we are going to be at Baltimore. And if you come along and you back during our stay there, some fun things are going to occur.
Yes, and then on top of that, we've been nominated for another award, which gets announced the day I get back from Baltimore, which is the 15th of September, and that's for the Australian Comics Arts Association. I think that's correct. That's the right acronym. And that is for what we call a Ledger Awards. So, which is like the Logies for Australia, which is absolutely amazing. So we've been shortlisted for that as well. So fingers crossed, we come away with something, which is fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it's excellent enough just to be nominated for Ringo Award and nominated for all these awards. It's fantastic. It's something that's like completely unexpected, and it was not in the least anything that I thought was possible. I didn't even think about that when we were first starting this project. But just to have all this stuff just randomly kind of pop up is amazing, and very, 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 very proud.
It's. I don't think we ever set out to do this for the awards or the accolades, but to actually get recognized for what to be recognized for what we've put together, which we believe is a great story. We believe, and then you guys that are watching, you're amazing community that has helped us create this. So, this is as much yours as it is ours, because you're the ones that believed in creating this with us, creating this world and funding and backing and all that type of stuff. So it's absolutely amazing to have that sort of recognition. And then on top of that, when you start getting recognized by your peers within the comic book industry, I think there's nothing better than that. Like, and you're being an actor, I'm sure you feel the same. Being nominated for a daytime Emmy and that, to be nominated by your peers and everything is quite a special thing in regards to what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I completely forgot about the Emmy because obviously with the strike going on, they postponed everything. So who knows when that's going to occur? But yeah, it was definitely a thrill to be nominated for an Emmy. And yeah, it's just. I'm really looking forward to mixing among all of the peers in the comic book world, because we're obviously going to be surrounded by some real heavy hitters, some people who have been doing this virtually their whole lives, and it'll be great to mingle and learn and pick their brains and just kind of just see what it's all about, which is what I'm really looking forward to. I don't expect anything award like winning or anything like that. I'm just fun. It's just going to be a lot of fun to be there and just hang out with from what I hear in the comic book world, are just an amazing bunch of human beings. So
yeah, it's going to be crazy because one, we're up against like two of the best series over the past probably 4 or 5 years, which is Saga and Something Is Killing the Children. So kind of to see Fractured Shards name against those ones is, I feel like we've kind of won a little bit already, because that's just phenomenal. But then too, to be surrounded by like some serious comic veterans, I'm trying to like prepare myself and not totally fanboy out the whole time I'm there. I'm like, Shaun, stay professional. Like,
yeah, well, so I'm going to be relying on you to be my kind of guide there, where I'm like, so who was this person? Like what's her face in The Devil Wears Prada? Why am I blanking on her name? Meryl Streep. How she has like. Yeah, how she has an assistant that's like, that's so-and-so from da-da-da-da-da-da. And so, you can help me out with that, because this is your world, baby.
Yes. I'll be like, oh my God. And you'll be like, calm down, mate. Calm down.
Yeah. You're like, dude, relax. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So we've got quite a few people watching. So hello to everyone up there. If you want to comment below, I'll throw up your comment in the chat, all that. Thank you to a lot of people that have gotten up super early. I know there's Moira I think it's 3 a.m. there, and Sandy has just said it's 4 a.m. where she is. So we appreciate you guys getting up.
What are you doing? Stop it! I wouldn't even get up. Just kidding. I would love to get up to see myself.
If that was possible.
No, I'm very, very grateful for all of you. You're an amazing bunch of people. And as Shaun was saying before, this is just as much yours as it is ours. This would not be possible. We would not be doing what we're doing. We would not be nominated. We would not be doing all this fun shit with the graphic novel if it wasn't for your contribution and you getting us, basically getting it made for us. So bottom of my heart, thank you so much. And let's do it all again. We're really, really looking forward to it. We think we're going to have a really, really fun, successful Kickstarter with this.
Yeah. So if you don't know, it is already live. So we showed the trailer before this, but what we'll do is we'll show the Kickstarter video, and then we will take a look at the campaign and get going. But I've chucked the link in the comments already, so wherever you're watching, whether it's YouTube or Facebook or anything like that, just click on that link. You can go, if you've already gotten an account, you can pledge straight away, or you can you'll just need to create a account to support the project. So let's, before I put up any more comments, let's go have a look at the video, and then we'll come back in just a couple of minutes and get this party started.
Woo. My name is Dan Feuerriegel, and I'm here today to talk to you about Volume 3 of my multi-award winning series, Fractured Shards.
These are godless times. We're on the path to judgment and damnation.
You and I have obligations.
To do what?
To clear the scum off the streets. And to protect the ones we love.
No!
Access granted.
Surprise!
Fractured Shards is set in a dystopian future where the world is separated into the glittering paradise of the lights and the slums of the district. Detective Sebastian Vitro works on the most horrific of cases between both worlds as an enforcement officer. When a horrific crime occurs, sometimes that moment can fracture, opening up glimpses into the event. Follow along as Sebastian tries to solve a new case before a new enemy kills him. Now, who would like this book? Fans of Judge Dredd,
Transmetropolitan, Ronin, Ghost in the Shell, and other cyberpunk dystopian stories, as well as people who like the movies Blade Runner, Watchmen, Minority Report, and Dread. If you like your comics with tons of action, mind-blowing visuals, quality, feel, and production, then this book is for you. Now let's talk about some amazing rewards. We have digital and physical versions of the graphic novel, variant covers, signature book plates, original artwork, getting yourself drawn into the book, and some other once-in-a-lifetime experiences. So please, pledge your support and thank you so much for taking the time to check out our Kickstarter.
I have to say, man, your brother just keeps getting better and better.
He's awesome. I completely forgot that I made that video and that I sent it to him. And yeah, he just does all these little bits and pieces and things like that. And like he made it really clear what the story was about based on what I was saying. So, kudos to him. He's doing really well. He's slaying it. And he has a lot of other, comic books and things like that who are really after his expertise, which is fantastic. So very, very proud of him.
Yeah, so I know that he's done a couple of video trailers for Scout Comics. So if people don't know who Scout Comics are, they are probably the biggest up-and-coming indie publisher in the US. So for him to be doing trailers for them is pretty amazing. So but I love seeing that. So before we jump onto the Kickstarter page, there are a few things here. They've said come to Scotland Comic Con in Edinburgh. I don't know if people know sometimes how comic conventions work, but if you want a guest to come, get your friends, family, or anyone that knows to request Dan's appearance or my appearance or both of our appearances, because that's really how guests get asked to certain conventions. So if you want us to come or Dan to go, then do that, because that would be awesome. So
yeah,
I like this one. Will you be in cosplay costume at? I hadn't even thought about that.
I'm going as a cat. I'm going as a cat. Here's Quinty. So hello to everybody. Look at the camera. I don't know. I haven't thought about that. I've got so much stuff going on that it hasn't, like, I've only just booked my flights. Yeah. And I, having to print out some stuff and things like that. So I don't know. What do you recommend? And no, I'm not going to spy.
Well, I was going to say, I don't think you can kind of shave your head and be Sebastian, because
no, I cannot. I will get lots.
Days would be very, very pissed.
I will get lots of trouble.
So yeah. I don't know. I reckon you'd make a really cool Wolverine. Is my opinion.
I probably have to get my hair kind of a bit more shaggy. And he's molting. Get my hair a bit shaggy. And aren't I a bit too tall for Wolverine? Isn't Wolverine quite short?
Yeah, he's tiny.
Yeah,
he's tiny. I think he's like 5'6" or something. So yeah, which is just a couple of inches off you. So,
yeah, a little bit. 6'2" is a little bit too tall for a bit of Wolverine.
So here's the campaign, mate. Which was just surprising. I just brought it up where 20 minutes into the campaign, and we got 9 backers already, and raised $718, which is crazy. Thank you very much, guys. So now with the Kickstarter, if no one's, because there's a mixture of our audience of people that have backed our campaigns before and new people that are coming on board. So if you've never heard of Kickstarter, it is what we call a all or nothing crowdfunding platform. So our goal is to raise a minimum of $10,000 in 31 days. That goes towards the production, printing, shipping, and everything of Fractured Shards Volume 3. If you haven't got an account, as I mentioned before, you'll need to sign up. All you require is an email address and a credit card to do so. And also, if you're worried about jumping in on Volume 3, we do have Volumes 1 and 2 available. So if you're jumping in now, don't stress about not being able to get the other graphic novels. They are still available. So that's all in the campaign as we go. So. Got a couple more comments here. It says, hey, Shaun, just curious with the Lights and Districts pack on your Kickstarter, will there be a foil cover there as well? So that is a really good question. We have never done a foil cover before, but on this Kickstarter, there is a $50 reward. And that is for the Kickstarter exclusive foil cover. So we have never done that before, but this is the first time we're doing a foil cover. I've got a sample of what the foil cover looks like. If I can just squeeze in on myself for a sec. But that is how cool.
Look at that. Look at that shiny me.
No, look at you. It looks so good. Like it's just it's hard to show in the campaign, but super excited to be able to offer that. So, and then Dan, you've been always kind enough to share some of your time and everything for those once in a lifetime experiences as well, which a lot of people like.
You're welcome, guys. You are welcome. Isn't that right, Quint? But this year it's you just do like time with Quint. I'm not even there. it's just a video with Quint just looking at you with his scowling kitty eyes. Right, baby.
Well, it was purring before, so you get a small conversation.
He's just getting a little bit of love because I've been away all day, but Ripley couldn't give two shits. She's over there just chilling out, sleeping over there in the corner, so she doesn't care. Whereas Quinty's a little love bug. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited about the new stuff. Like, we've got plenty of new things, like in time as well. We've got some great, exciting, just constant, exciting kind of things that we're slowly getting into. And like Shaun can tell you as much or as little as we can right now. But it's going to be awesome. All these little kind of fun things. So let's pop through the Kickstarter. I mean, after.
Okay. No problem. Well, I just wanted to say, if you back the project, please comment below, and we will chuck it up here. And thank you. So, Jackie, thank you very much for backing the project.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good luck to us. So, thank you very much. Nerds has said good luck on the Emmy. Frankie has said, Dan, you're awesome, bro.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
So I'm gonna have to skip over a few of the comments because I can see it's pretty crazy there. That people have left quite a few comments. So thank you very much. Moira said Nathan has done a great job.
He's done fantastic. He's brilliant.
Love the kitty too. So we got to mention that.
There you go, Quinn. They love you. They love you so much.
Yes, the cat bombing your live is adorable. Well, that's the fun thing about doing these live events is that we get the cats jumping in and out throughout the whole session. So, but yeah, let's have a quick look at the Kickstarter campaign, and we can go through everything. So, well, thank you to whoever just backed, because that's just jumped up again. So drop a comment and we'll chuck that in there. So what is it? Fractured Shards Volume 3 is going to be a 48-page perfect bound graphic novel. It's created by Dan. If you don't know much about the story, it's set in the dystopian future. There's two different sections, the lights and the district, and Dan's character, Sebastian Vitro, works as an enforcement officer trying to solve some of the most horrific crimes across both of the different areas. But Sebastian always seems to kind of get himself into trouble when he uses his kind of special ability, as we call it, which is he sees fractures, which we kind of describe as a medium type service. So that is the premise.
When the emotion and the event is strong enough, it's strong enough to kind of like fracture, shall we say, space and time, and he's able to kind of see the event as it's occurring, or bits and pieces of it, or fractures of it, shards of it, and then he has to use his detective wherewithal to kind of solve the crime. But there's all this other stuff happening as well.
Which is the best thing. So individually, they're what we call cases. So each volume is a case or a book type thing. But then there's a larger overarching story. So you can enjoy each volume by itself, or you can collect all three and more beyond this, and get a broader feel of both the universe and everything like that. So, which is cool. The actual book itself, this is Stephen. If people watch our live streams, he's a bit of a paper snob. So whenever we print our books, it is at the top quality of what we call GSM, which is paper. So it's very high quality. It stacks up against everything else that is on the market. And of course, Dan would never ever put out anything that's not of high quality. So that is the best thing. Why should you back Fractured Shards? Well, as you can see, we've been nominated for the best series up against Saga, Something is Killing the Children, which, as we mentioned before, is one of the two of the best series over the last few years. We've also won other awards, which is Kickstarter awards. So if you want to be a part of a campaign that gets an award and say that you helped that, Kickstarter is a great way to do that, because they offer awards each year to the best projects that have the most amount of backers and the most amount of money raised. So another great incentive to back the campaign. Yes. And then also our artist, Ricardo, has done an amazing job. We've won the 2022 Illustration Award for the graphic novel. So not only is it a great story, Dan's heavily involved with the creation of the story, but the artwork is phenomenal to boot as well. Now, I know we've talked about this a couple of times, Dan, but how do you feel now with that creation side of the projects, working out, how you like the story to flow and feel within the comic medium?
I'm starting to get used to it, definitely. I think it's such a fun process, and I am getting used to it. Like, in regards to, I'm wanting like everything to happen all at once, as though like it was like a movie or something like that, rather than going, no, it's okay, pace yourselves. You can, like a TV series. I'm trying to treat it like a TV series where I can, add this and add that, pull little bits and pieces and things like that here and there. But much more comfortable, and I'm just very much looking forward to the more and the more and the more of the more volumes coming out. But this one's going to be cool. It's starting to get into the nitty gritty of things, which is really, really fun. And it's just fun to see all these storylines that we've come up with that, also do change. We come up with different ideas and bits and pieces here and there. And sometimes an original idea, we chuck it away and move it in a different direction, or we'll use it another time. But it's a lot of fun. I'm very, very happy with the process.
Yeah, I think that's the cool thing about the graphic novel medium is that you can start off with one idea, and then by the time you get to volume 3 and 4, you're like, this is nothing like what I was imagining it to be at the start. Because I feel like I've almost done that with every series that I've worked on, and that comes partly with just having a really good team. So other people come up with ideas, and you're like, I tell you what, that's a cool idea. Let's go with that one instead. Or we get feedback, which is amazing. Like, I don't think we had any plans to do a spin-off graphic novel, but people responded so much to Abigail that we were like, okay, how about we just do something that expands the universe a little bit more?
Yeah, absolutely. And it also stemmed on the fact that we just had so much content that we wanted to create deep characters, and we didn't just want like one-dimensional kind of characters that were just there. And so Aquila obviously is a origin story for Abigail, and I wanted to kind of add that into Fractured Shards, but then we thought, well, why don't we just make it a spin-off? So it's its whole thing, and then that story can kind of come in and not influence, but what word am I looking for? Just create more depth to this character that's been in 2, and then we won't, obviously I don't think we'll do a spin-off for Sebastian because the story Fractured Shards is about him. I mean, we might, who knows? We don't want to never say never, but we do want to do little bits and pieces and create kind of like background stories and things like that for characters, just so you get to know and you really like every single character, whether you loathe him or love love her. Just we want to create some depth. And then
that has more impact if something is maybe happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think that they're the best stories, though, is that when you actually moved, being a big Walking Dead fan, you grow to liking some characters, and even though something bad is going to happen, you're just you don't know who to, and you're like, well, I don't want that to happen to that person. They're my favorite, or whatever. So that is it is cool. So we did just get a question, and we'll talk about. I saw a couple in there. Yeah, the rewards in a sec, but yes, the minimum amount is 29 Australian dollars. So all of the prices are shown in Australian dollars. And then down the bottom, they'll be converted into your country's amount. But the physical version is $29 and up. So anything above that amount, you'll get a physical copy. If you haven't got any of the older copies, so Volume 1, 2, or the spin-off Aquila, you can then, once you've selected your reward, do what we call an add-on, which will then allow you to add on those physical copies. So you can pick up, if you backed 1 but didn't back 2, you can pick up just 2. If you backed 2 and didn't back Aquila, you can just pick up Aquila, or if you haven't backed any, you can pick up all of them. So that is how that all works. So what time will we be there in Baltimore on the Sunday? I believe it's 10 till 6. On Sunday, so it is a little bit shorter than the Saturday. I think the Saturday is 9 till 7 or something, which is crazy. So yeah.
What's the award ceremony on Saturday?
It's pretty much straight after, so I think it's just across the road. But I was like, I at least want to nick home and have a shower and spruce up and everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we're staying not too far from the convention, so we'll have enough time to do that. So, but yeah, how's the project going since the last live stream, Eddie? It has been going phenomenal. We've won awards, we've been nominated for awards, and yeah, you can find out all about it here while we talk about it, or on the Kickstarter. So, yeah, Lauren has also said. Congratulations. I can't wait for volume 3. Thank you very much. And yes, the people that voted for us, thank you very much. You put a vote in for the Ringo Awards, which is amazing. So thank you very much for that. So
appreciate that. Thank you.
Now, what was this one? This one, Teresa. I'm confused on what the packages for backing choices are. Do we buy it in advance and get a copy, or do we spend more for shiny added or different backing choices? So yeah, maybe I'll quickly go into the rewards, because there seems to be like a few questions around that. So here we go. Here's the artwork, so you can have a look at the artwork. There's about 7 or 8 pages on the Kickstarters that you can check out. So that's there. Now all of the rewards are down the side. So we'll show you what the title of the reward is. It'll show you the amount. As I said, it shows in Australian dollars, but it should also come up in your own country's amount. So we've got the $8 here, which is Australian, because I'm in Australia, it's showing that. But if in the US, it'll probably show about $5, I believe, for that. So all you get for $8 is just this digital version of the graphic novel. So if you've already got the other ones and you're just wanting a digital copy, that's what you get for $8 Australian. For $15, it gets you all 3 digital versions of Fractured Shards, as well as a couple of extras, which is Digitopia, Mandrill PI, and the following casework. So that's what you get for 15 Australian. Now, everything from here up is physical. So we've got what we call the District, which is our main cover. So in the comic or graphic novel world, we have different covers. So we've got our main cover, a variant cover, and on this project for the first time, we have what we call a foil cover. So for $29, you get the main cover, and then you get the PDF pack for $29. So that is just the graphic novel and then the digital version as well. So then this one, you get an exclusive A5 print, which is of the variant cover, as well as the graphic novel and the PDF. Then for $40, you get the variant cover and then the PDF pack. And then, as I mentioned before, for the very first time, we've got the foil cover. So the very shiny. You can only get it through this Kickstarter, so we will not be selling it after this Kickstarter. So to give people an incentive to back this campaign, this is the only place you will be able to get it. So make sure that that you get that. So I hope that kind of clears up how that kind of works. So, because I know, Dan, when we first started, you were like, "Oh my God, how does this Kickstarter thing work?" You know,
Sorry, man.
I was going to say, once you've done it a couple of times, you get used to it. But that initial time, you're like, "Oh, this is a little bit daunting. What's going on?"
I know, it's pretty simple.
Awesome, Teresa. That's great. So. Maddie has put, I was literally telling my friend at work that the Fractured Shards Kickstarter was going to launch today. We're so ready. Unfortunately, Sebastian didn't see fit to accept the marriage proposal in the last issue. No, he didn't even respond. How rude.
No, I didn't even acknowledge you.
So, I I did, and for context for people that are watching, Maddie was gracious enough to do one of the other higher tier rewards, which is the get yourself drawn in reward. And she there was a joke between her and her friend about proposing to Sebastian or Dan, and we actually drew that into the last volume. So that's a really cool reward that we offer people. It's very, very limited. So there is only 15 of them, with one person already taking that reward. So that is really cool. And then I'll go back up for a little bit. Just that $75 one gives people both copies of the campaign, so you can get the main cover and the variant cover, or if you want the foil cover, you get the $50 one and then do the add-ons and add the other covers on later. So yeah, that's a lot. Should I refresh, mate, and see where we're sitting?
We'll see where we're at. Here
we go.
Oh,
so
thanks.
let's. I'll hide it so no one can see. Refresh. Oh wow! Here we go.
Oh, nice! Almost a
Here we
50.
go. So
Hell
yeah! So 19 amazing backers. Again, if you're watching, please comment if you've backed, so we can put up the your name for backing. So, which would be amazing. Teresa asks, are they signed by y'all? There is what we call a signature book plate that you can add on. They are limited edition, and they have already been all signed by Dan. If you do want either myself or Stephen to sign it, we can do that as well. But majority of people just like to have the famous one signing the book. So
yes. Absolutely. I saw here Nerds Amalgamated. If you hit 10K, Dan, are you going to rip your singlet like Superman? If I hit 10K by the end of
this stream,
yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
If I hit 10K. So Nerds Amalgamated, if you've got $8,500, you want to just drop like that to see my shirt get, I'll do it.
That is hilarious. Well, thank you very much for Jen for backing. And then that's the comment. That's awesome. So
thank you.
And it was Moira that got the drawn in reward. So get me drawn in again. So I love that. So
mummy, mum and dad, of course they're watching. You're amazing, mum and dad.
Hi, yes, I think they're amazing.
Love you guys.
They have raised a pretty impressive family, mate. I have to say, like all your brothers and sisters, and I think they've done an amazing job.
Yeah, I'm very, 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 very lucky to have such amazing parents, and like they've done a fantastic job. Like, I mean, I'm amazing. My brothers are amazing. My little sister's, yeah, she's probably the black sheep of the family. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, there's always going to be one. No.
Yeah, there's going to be one. It's my sister. Yeah, fuck it. No, they've done a fantastic job, and I'm really, 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 really lucky to have such amazing parents. So they are amazing.
Can you say if you're heading home at any stage? I know it's been hard with COVID and everything to get back here, and your shooting schedule with days is just crazy.
It's just all a matter of shooting schedule. It's just all a matter of that. And then it's just that schedule and things like that. And especially because like the strike and everything like that has thrown, because we're not affected by SAG striking, but the writers strike and the director's strike, if the director's strike, that's when it starts to really affect us. But yeah, it's, they've just kind of production prepared for it just in case anything should kind of go awry. So we've had a lot of time off and jamming a lot more episodes into smaller amounts of time. So it's pretty brutal, and we'll see how it all pans out once everything kind of like settles down. So maybe not going home. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy though that I think a lot of people didn't think it was going to probably drag on for this long. So it's really kind of like, even here in Australia, there's been a couple of really big productions that have been pulled because of it. So they had that Metropolitan that was shot here was going to be shot here in Melbourne, and they booked out like all of the studios down here for like a year. And now that that's been pulled, a lot of the productions have decided to go to different states because of that. So now, like, they've got empty studios.
It's pretty crazy, right? It's kind of insane. That's the whole point of the strike, is to make an impact and make a dent, and hopefully studios come to the negotiating table. Really,
yeah,
that's what we're hoping.
That's it. So, as we mentioned, or Dan mentioned in the video, the people that will like this series, so people that, if you're a fan of Judge Dredd, Metropolitan, Ronin, Ghost in the Shell, or other cyberpunk dystopian stories, games like Cyberpunk 2077, or movies like Blade Runner, Watchmen, Minority Report, and other futuristic detective movies, then this book is going to be right up your alley. Now, we mentioned before that it's an all or nothing campaign, so we've put up this image to show that we've produced and funded and fulfilled quite a few Kickstarters all the way back from 2014 and Fractured Shards in 2020 to now. So you can bid and be confident that you're going to get what you paid for. So, and then finally, the last little part will be all the different rewards. So just take your time to go through and read each one. As I said, tells you exactly what you get in each of the reward levels. We've got some really cool limited rewards as well. So we've got like a sketch reward where we've had an artist do an A5 original artwork of either Dan's character or Abigail, and you get that as part of the reward, as well as both copies of the books and prints and everything. Get drawn in. That's one of our most exciting ones. As I said, we're limiting that to only 15 people. So get yourself drawn in and be a character in the universe. Then these are the ones that we love, the Dan experiences. So StreamYard is covering up the right part there of or the wrong part, depending on who's watching. But you can have a one-on-one experience with Dan. So we do really cool live streams like this. We have about 4 to 5 people in the stream at one time. You get 15 minutes directly with Dan to just chat or to ask questions or any of those type of things. This is one we've never done with Fractured Shards before, but it's a design your own cover. So you get to work with Riccardo Facchini, our amazing Italian artist, and he will come up with a cover that is exclusive to what you design. So, for example, we've had someone say, I'd really like to be in a bar with Sebastian's character, and we can draw that up on the cover and create that.
And that's just literally for them. Like, there's no other cover except just for them, right?
So we give them a few copies, so they can either give it to family, friends, or anything like that. And I'm sure they wouldn't mind sending to you one to have one as well. So there'll be a couple available of that. But yeah, it's a really cool like exclusive type of thing that you can say, hey, this is me on the cover, or this is the cover that I've designed. We'll even put a little credit there of the person that does the design as well, which is kind of cool. So if you want to be on an award-winning book, like what cool way to go.
Like, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, and again, like we understand times are hard for people and all that, but all of these prices again are in Australian dollars, so they are almost 40% cheaper, I think now.
Yeah, it's like 60 something cents to the dollar, or 69 or
63 cents. I exchanged money ready for Baltimore, and I almost cried, mate. I was like,
holy shit.
I'll be having 2-minute noodles the whole time I'm over there.
Hey, they are the staple of life, those things. So if you like, $1 American dollar is worth $1.40 or $1.37 Australian dollars.
Yep.
$1.37. So you get more bang for your buck with the American dollar for backing with all this sort of stuff. And yeah, so it's even cheaper for you, which is fantastic. Yes, Michelle, thank you so much. I'm a big fan of yours. And yeah, so like anybody that backs, like regardless of what size it is, we're very, very, very grateful. And we've got what is this? This is the second last one, isn't it? The Ultimate Dan experience.
Yeah, so this one's been super popular over the last couple of campaigns. So this is a full 1 hour experience with Dan. So the funny story around this was that my wife came up with this idea in regards to having the just Dan by himself talking to you about everything and anything. And I know you've said, Dan, that you've had some really different conversations. You're expecting, they're going to talk about my character or whatever, but you end up talking to someone about different beers and what they liked and music and all that type of stuff, which is kind of cool. And then you got Mandeep that will run you through the genetic profile.
Absolutely.
Of things. So it's a really cool reward that people can have. It's not often that you get that one-on-one access and for a full hour type of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Where are we here? Sorry, I'm just getting distracted by reading people's comments and stuff. What are you doing? And also this little idiot kind of starting to get playful and try and scratch me. Your nails. Where are we? What are people saying? The moon and stars back. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Peggy, I believe she might be coming to Baltimore. So I think she's saying, I really hope I can make it and get an autograph copy. I'll be great to see you again, Dan. I'll even fetch you a coffee if you need one. Oh, how nice is that?
And I will greatly appreciate that. But yes, hopefully you can make it, and I'll sign a few copies for you. Yeah.
Yeah, I do need to let people know and set expectations is that I'm coming all the way over from Australia, so we will be very limited in the amount of copies that we can kind of bring over to the show. So I do just want to let people know the best way of getting all your copies is through the Kickstarter, but we will have some available at the show. So Stephanie said, huge Spartacus fan and loved Cryptic. I also got a really inspiring cameo from Dan. I pledged for $59. Thank you very much. Are you still on Cameo again?
I haven't been on Cameo for a long time. I think they've like not closed, but they put a pause on my account because I haven't used it for a long time. So
Oh wow.
I'd have to like activate it again. But yeah, I just haven't been on it for a very long time. But you know, I still love y'all. I still love y'all. And Quinty does too. And he's
so we've got when does the Kickstarter end? Now this is a great question. With Kickstarter, you do not get charged until we reach our target and the campaign ends. So we are running the campaign from today, which here in Australia is the 31st of August, and it will run all the way through to the 1st of October. And we will try to do a final stream to finish the campaign, or as well as Dan mentioned before, we'll do a few things throughout the campaign to keep you guys engaged, to hopefully build a community. Like we've got a lot of backers that have come back, and they're pretty amazing in regards to doing that. So is the 175 package autographed with y'all? If you want to get that, Teresa, 100%, I will organize that to be all autographed. That's no problem at all. So,
what else we got?
Transmetropolitan was amazing. I love Spider Jerusalem. Yes, a lot of people might not have heard of Transmetropolitan, but it's an amazing graphic novel and comic series. People have said, "Show those muscles, Dan." I'm sure that will get a few more backers. Michelle has said, "I want the Dan experience." Well, as we said, Michelle, pledge now. Grab one of them because they are super limited. Because as Dan said, his schedule is quite busy, so we can't do a ridiculous amount of those. So there's only five available of those. So get in, grab one of those, and as I said, you won't get charged until the 1st of October. So that you got time to do that. Now, the one thing that we did for Aquila for the first time, which seemed to be super popular, and we're now doing it again, is the create your own graphic novel. So that is working with myself, Stephen, and Dan in creating a spin-off, either character or story within the Fractured Shards universe. You will be 100% credited for all of the work. So you'll be a co-creator in this character or story. And again, who doesn't want to have a credit like that on their resume for an award-winning series? So
yeah, it's and the dude that got the last one, like he's got some great ideas, and so it's going to be like a lot of fun. So yeah. Hey, if you want to drop a easy 10K, go for it.
And that would be amazing because that would get us across the
over the line, and I would rip my shirt.
Begin with. So
I would rip my shirt.
Definitely excited to back this project again. I live in Florida, and a hurricane just put my little town underwater. So this announcement came at the perfect time to make my day. Yes, I did see that. So
I'm sorry about that, Maddie. But I think LA had a bit of a hurricane before, but so it was like state of emergency, all this sort of stuff, and like nothing happened.
Yeah, some of the images coming out of Florida were pretty shocking. So
yeah.
Will you guys be making an appearance either this year or in the near future at Rhode Island Comic Con in the US? As we mentioned before, if you would like Dan or myself or both of us to attend the event, the best way to do that is to reach out to the Comic Con itself and actually request them to invite us. So that's the best way for us to get to any of those conventions. But we hope to do at least one a year moving forward in the US. So both myself and Stephen will drag Dan along to one of those conventions. Which ones they will be, we don't know yet, but that'd be pretty exciting. So
yeah. No, I'm looking forward to it. I'm super excited for Baltimore, and yeah, it's I will go to plenty more because it's a great bunch of people, and yeah, I really enjoy doing it. So looking forward to it. So definitely come along to Baltimore. Was it 8th, 9th, 10th?
8th, 9th, 10th. They're expecting, I think, about 40,000 or 50,000 people through the doors. So it's going to be a pretty massive event, especially compared to the ones here in Australia. It's got an amazing comic book lineup, but it is a comic focused convention. There's not too many actors or pop culture people. There are a couple, but not a large amount. So,
which one? The Baltimore is the comic book focus.
Yeah.
What ones in Australia are not?
So you've got Supernova, which is actually even called a pop culture convention. So that has a large amount of celebrity guests, has a large amount of, say, anime, voice actors, and video games. And then they also have comics. So, so it's a more of a pop culture event and convention rather than a Comic Con type of thing. But I mentioned to you that I went to San Diego Comic Con this year, and without all of the fanfare of all the studios because of the strike, it was very comic book focused, and people just went crazy for comics. Like they would just hand over fist. People were selling out in the first couple of days of all their comic books because people were walking around talking and spending time with comic creators and artists and that, rather than lining up for hours to see a minute and a half trailer of something. So
you were telling me that, and then I'm bummed that, like, because we wanted to go. I wanted to go, and they said, "Oh no, you're not on a panel, so you can't come." But then half the people didn't turn up, and we could have easily gone there and done the thing. But anyway, next year we will do it.
Next year,
and, next year, definitely looking forward to it. But look, Baltimore, you got us, you got me, you popped my cherry, and I'm very much looking forward to it. It's going to be amazing.
Here we go. Are you hoping Fractured Shards will be made into a movie someday?
I would love it to be a TV series. I think the way I'm thinking about all this is like each volume could potentially. I keep scratching my face because Quint's hair is all over me, and it's just randomly like on my face, and I'm like trying to get rid of it. So that's why I'm doing that. I'm trying to treat each episode or each book of Fractured Shards as an episode of a TV series. Obviously, we will do what we do, and we will go for as many volumes or books and spin-offs as we want, as long as we can. And when it does get made into a TV series, I have no problems with in consultation, like a little bit of creative license, shall we say, on behalf of like the writers, because this comic book format and transferring to TV format, obviously a few more things probably have to get fleshed out, a bit more of this, a bit more of that, or this taken away and things like that. So that's kind of how that all works out. But yeah, I'm seeing this as a TV series. I am writing this character as a character that I would love to play. Most likely by the time we get it done, I'll be too old to play this character, but hey, you never know.
I won't mention AI to de-age you.
Oh yeah, but that would mean like the budget is just astronomical, and we'll have $5 to spend for everything else. But I'll look young. Let's see here. Please don't screw it up like how Netflix did Witcher. That all then depend. That depends on contracts and things like that. Like if we say, for example, sold it to Netflix, we would negotiate that we have creative control in like we want to do what we want to do with it, or at least we have a say in it. And rather than, because I think maybe Witcher sold the rights, and then it's like, okay, we'll do whatever we want with it.
Yeah, so that's the big learning curve for me has been in regards to the pitching Fractured Shards or anything like that, is those different options that you have. So you can just option it where you have no sort of input or control or anything over it at all. Or you can negotiate, as you were saying, those different things. So that's been very interesting to kind of navigate. But yeah, unfortunately, The Witcher 1, the writer of the book series didn't really have a lot of input, and kind of, there was, I guess, just a lot of banging of heads of which direction people like what Henry Cavill saw it going, to where the showrunners and everything saw it was going. So, now, Teresa did just ask where you enter your shipping address. We don't ask for any of that information, Teresa, until after the project funds and until we send out what we call a Kickstarter survey. So that will happen after the 1st of October. So once we hit our target and that type of stuff. So, yes.
What else we got?
What's this one? Tips on getting my cat to leave my chips and dip alone.
Put the cat in another room and shut the door.
I love it.
I don't think anything stops. Like, I'll be eating some food and they'll both come up and like sniff it, and I'm like, go away. They'll come back, go away, come back, go away. They don't learn. Or they just do that until I give them a little bit of dry food, then they leave me alone. So
See, I've never had cats before. I've always been a dog man. So Cats
are their own. They are their own beast. They will do whatever the hell they want to do. They do not, like, you got to train them pretty early if you want to like listen to them. All right, almost up to $2,000. Thank you, beautiful people.
Who is going to get us over the 2K mark? We are $39 away. So thank you very much. Hey, Crypt Collectibles. How about this, Dan? Peggy has said, I don't know if Dan remembers me. It was a system from Spartacon many years ago.
Yes. They owe me money. The final Spartacon, I know. The final Spartacon we did, like, they owed a lot of people money. But anyway, I do remember, Peggy. I do remember.
Oh, right.
Was that the year with the little baby?
I didn't go with the final one. I didn't go to the final one.
You did turn up for those kinds of things. I do remember, Pegs. That's why you're going to get me a coffee. Thank you.
Yeah. What else we've got? I've grown up with comics all my life. Started with superheroes and got hooked on anti-heroes. Yeah, I think that's everyone loves a good anti-hero and everything like that. Grace, who is our writer on Aquila, is saying, just enjoying listening to you guys talk while I'm working. Well, thank you very much, Grace. You should maybe check out the Comics to Movies and More show on Sunday night. You might have some exciting news to share on Sunday night. So, not that I'm going to spoil it. So, yes. Stephanie, I'm in Mississippi. Until the trees are being ripped up, we don't react to storms. Love it. How cool is this? Unhinged. I'll be in Artist Alley at Baltimore as well.
Yeah. All right. We'll have to come and pay a visit.
And that's what I think the cool thing is. I found when we announced that we were going, that there are a lot of people within the independent comic book scene that will be at the events as well. So it'll be very cool to see everyone there for the weekend. So Jen has said, hope to see you in Baltimore. So that's very cool.
Well, I will be there, Jen. Hope to see you too. What are you doing, Quint? He's on guard. Something. There's noises.
Yeah, I was going to say it. It was set
There's
very much
noises.
like up.
Yeah, he's like, there's noises afoot. I don't know what it is. He's scared of everything. Like there'll be a remote like this. There'll be that on the ground, and he'll be like, do the whole like boom, boom. I'll say, I just scared him then. Like he's an absolute scaredy cat. Ripley, you could like shoot a gun here, and she'd be like, what? Whereas he gets scared by like me sneezing or like just moving gently.
Then the name suits, doesn't it, Ripley?
Yeah, well, Ripley's a badass, whereas Quint, Quint was a bit of a tough guy in Jaws. So, but it's just funny to me that Ripley, the little Bengal girl, and Quint, this big, beefy Siamese boy, he's the wussy bag. But anyway.
Well, Stephanie said she's from Maryland. Of course, you go there after you moved. Well, sorry about that. Awesome. Teresa said, I've already got the confirmation email for backing. It was a pleasure to help this amazing project. Thank you all. Speaking of the hurricane, we are blessed it didn't do too much damage here on our little island on St. Simons Island in Georgia. Oh, well, we're glad that you are safe and that there's not too much damage. And yeah, thank you again very much for backing the project. We very much appreciate it. If you do have any questions while we are live, drop them in the comments below about the project, and we'll see if we can answer those. Moira has nicked away, said, I need to get some sleep. Good to see you both. Night.
Thank you, Moira. Appreciate you.
Christopher said, yes, a TV series would be amazing. Yeah, I think once you've read the series, as you were saying before, Dan, I think it really lends itself more to a TV series.
Yes, absolutely. No, there's just so much that we want to explore with it, and you can't really do that in the movie. Unless you do like a trilogy or something along those lines. But I just kind of feel like, especially at this point in time in regards to creativity, a TV series, you just have a little bit more leeway to just take your time and slow down and do some good stuff.
Christopher said, thank you for your passion in this. I think a lot of people have commented to me about this, Dan, in regards to how involved you are in this project. So I think a lot of people have asked me, they're like, so does Dan just do a couple of posts and then that's it? And I said, no, he's like really involved in the project. I've got everything from the storyline with Stephen to editing after the artwork's done. I think we leave Ricardo a little bit to do what he's doing in regards to the artwork, but I've got
unless it's absolutely, in regards to Ricardo, unless it's absolutely something specific that you or I or Stephen want, in regards to like, we want this to look like this because we want that to look like that or something like that, that's when we'll throw in our 2 cents in regards to what we want, like being specific with Ricardo. Whereas for the most part, we're like, this is the storyline. We want you to show your creativity and your, this is your time to shine. This is what you do. And so we let him do his thing, and we will then put our dialogue and all that sort of stuff over top of it. But sometimes he creates something where we're like, oh, cool, whoa, let's add this in there, and it might change a little bit of here and a little bit of there. And so it really is a team effort. Everybody has their own creative input. It's only if we want something really specific for Ricardo to do that, and then that's when we'll basically give him an order, shall we say. And the same with Kevin in the coloring and everything like that. Like, he'll have his own creativity. We'll be like, okay, we want a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and then that's why we hire these people, is because of what they do and their specialty. And you're not and that's why Ricardo is been picked up by is it Dark Horse or something, or Like,
Dark Horse. Yep.
because he's good at what he does, and we are very lucky to have him on board. And
yeah, and then Francesco, who does all of our variant covers, because he's very good at capturing your likeness and everything. He's just been picked up by Marvel. He's doing all of the Disney villains covers. He's been picked up by Todd McFarlane. He's done a Spawn cover. Which is awesome. And he was the one reaching out to me the other day saying, "Oh, well, when's the next Fractured Shards novel coming? I haven't done a cover." So I was like, that's really cool to think that he's working with these really big companies, but then still wants to be involved in this project. And I think that goes to show that we kind of, as I said, let them shine and do what they think works, and then it's only if it's super necessary that we make any sort of efforts, or changes.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's why we. Oh, whoa! That jumped up really quickly.
Boom!
Boom! There we go.
Now I'm almost like, oh, can we get $69, and then that'll put us 25% of our target in literally just over an hour, which would be absolutely amazing. So, actually, now that I've just said that, I think if I hit the refresh button.
Oh, you lied.
I did lie. Oh, there you go. You're not even watching.
Oh, shit. There we go.
How about that? This is awesome, guys. Thank you, everyone that's pledging and supporting. It's absolutely amazing. Like, once we hit that $10,000 mark, we've got stretch goals. Again, if you haven't backed a Kickstarter before, stretch goals are things that we provide you guys at no extra cost. So that would be awesome if we can keep doing that and getting this project. The last couple of projects we've raised between $25,000 and $27,000. So if we could push this up over that 30 mark to 40 mark, that would be amazing. And Stephen and I got a little bit of a bet if we can get it all the way to 50, which would be amazing. So
that would be phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Like, I don't know what we do. Big night.
Yeah, it would be a massive night. Someone else has said Tampa Comic-Con. So yeah, so if there's a few of you guys asking for the same guests, as we mentioned before, if you request them to get Dan to come out to the do the show, that is the best way to kind of get us there, because of course we would love to do those shows. So yeah. Nerds has a question. I have a question for you both. Have you ever had a fork in the road moment for Sebastian in terms of writing? Ooh.
As in, like, which direction we want to take it?
Yeah. Do you reckon that we probably had that in volume 4?
Do you mean like it's an intentional fork in the road, or it's like we are kind of like, oh, which way do we want to take this? Like we're hesitant, or we're a little bit indecisive of which direction we want to take it. Is that what you mean?
Either, I think, yeah.
Well, yeah, there's definitely been I don't know which direction I want to take it, because like I keep coming up with ideas, and then like that idea spawns another idea, and then something else, and that's what ends up like screwing me, because I want to do it all, and I need to be patient. And I've definitely thrown a lot of ideas your way, and I sometimes you're like nodding your head, kind of go, I don't know what Dan means with this, because I try and go, like, sometimes I have these ideas and I'm not very good at explaining it or articulating it, and it just kind of it's quite abstract, some of the ideas that I have, and so So that's kind of what I mean in regards to that. But here he goes. He says intentional, as in Shaun will kill Sebastian while Dan will go, no, I want to save Sebastian. I don't know if we've had any kind of like those kinds of moments.
Well,
like,
I think in for me for volume 4, I think it was.
I hope we don't try and kill Sebastian because then the fucking thing's for.
No, but I think with for me in volume 4, I think it was the first time we were like in discussions, the three of us, you, myself, and Stephen, in regards to going, okay, well, how are we going to do this in regards to where we're taking Sebastian, and how much we're divulging at any certain point of time. So I think, the first 3, we were all pretty much on the same page, and we're like, oh yeah, this is going well, and that. And I think that fourth one was the first time where, I think Stephen was like, no, I think this will work, and you're like, well, no, I like if we do this, and I was just standing there nodding at both of you, going, oh, I'm the meat in the sandwich.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's. I think the hardest thing with some of my ideas are to make it work in a grounded way, because I come up with some pretty out there ideas, and like also as well, we are building a world, and worlds need rules. Worlds need kind of like the way things function. And if we just start throwing shit left and right because it's cool, it won't make sense if people come back and look at it and analyze it. So that's probably the hardest thing, is like, I'll come up with this kind of a thing, and you'll be like, okay, well, how does that work though? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, crap. Or like, I'll come up with something, or like, I'll say, hey, wait a minute, I've had this thought. How does this work? And how does this work? Does this make sense? And Stephen will go, okay, remember this. And we go, oh, that's right. So, but I think that's all part and parcel of the creative process, is, it's the thing. And so, I think we will all come to, I think we will all get our ideas made. It's just a matter of when and how we get to that point. And so, I think that's probably the fork in the road kind of thing, is like, when's the best time to do all our ideas? That's probably the biggest kind of challenge that we have.
I agree. And I think when we have those discussions, it goes back to that passion comment before, where I think we're all invested in this project and the creation of it. So those conversations start to become more and more, because we're all like, well, yes, so we've got something here. It's really exciting, and that, how do we tell the best story type of thing. So
absolutely.
Okay, so before we round things up, because we've been doing this for almost an hour and a half, we'll answer just a couple of quick questions in the chat, and then we will all have to run away. So quick fire questions, Dan. Do you have a favorite indie comic?
Not really. I just bought The Crow.
Nice.
I watched that the other day and went, I want to read the original. And then I started reading about him, and and I thought it was amazing how he made The Crow out of hurt and a way for him to grieve and process grief. And I thought that was amazing. So I just got that, and I'll sit down and read that. And it's kind of cool, like seeing how they did the 90s Crow with Brandon Lee, and then having a look at the art in this one, which is very 80s and very punk rock kind of, that kind of indie rock kind of thing. And I'm very, very interested to see how he puts himself into the role. So we'll say that I remember the graphic novel. I did get like a Batman one back in like when I was at school, but that one I'm very interested in, if you can regard that as indie now, but it did start off as big. Yeah.
Unhinged said they'll be at table 50 F41. So we'll have to swing by. Unhinged, if you're an artist, maybe we can look at getting some artwork done or something like that.
That'd be amazing. I love that.
Katrina has said, I have volume 1 and 2 now to get volume 3 only. How can I do that? So pledge $29 for the standard cover, or $40 for the variant cover, $50 for the foil cover, or $75 for the main 2 covers. This one is for me. How do you follow Shaun and Stephen too? I am Comics 2 Movies on everything. So under my name there, it is Comics, the number 2 Movies. If you want to follow me, I'm on all the social media platforms. So Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, that I don't really use that much. Snapchat, all those under Comics 2 Movies. And Stephen is under Sigmate Studio, so which is SIGMATE Studio. So you can follow both of us there. Peggy has said the artwork is really spectacular, which is fantastic. Where is Stephen? It is midday here, and he has to work. So,
he's a boy.
Unfortunately, there we go. Therese said, "Don't worry about my early question. I've found you. Well, you do good stalking. Well done." There we go. Dan, just a comment. Love watching you on days. So excited to check out this project.
Thank you, Michelle. Appreciate that.
It's awesome. Oh, here we go. I've just pledged $300. Thank you, legend. Let's go check.
Can we get into 3 before we go?
Yeah, $52. Yeah, we got 1 minute. 1 minute before we close up the stream. Can we get someone to
just pledge $70? Remember, it's not taken away. You don't get it
back, and then comment back and comment so that we can chuck it up there. So,
yeah, $70 or like whatever you want. But yeah, remember that we don't the money isn't taken away until the end of the project, so you have time to change your pledge or make it a little bit lower if you come on hard times, or make it more if you're like sweet, if you want to change your mind. So don't worry about that. You're not locked in, not until the final project, and then we get it all out there and make sure everything's all good.
Yes. I love this one. I have nothing extremely constructive to say except that Dan is an amazing actor and sexy as fuck. Yeah, I've met Dan several times in person, and I think that every single time I see him, I'm like, whoa, he's one sexy man. So
I feel the same way about you, big boy.
I tell you what, I did get a comment on one of our streams saying that I was quite handsome. So I'm gonna hang on to that. So Stephanie has said J.O. Barr is amazing. I was actually lucky enough. He was in Australia at the earlier Supernova conventions this year. So got to meet him, which was amazing. So are we both Frank Miller fans?
Oh,
I'm a big Frank Miller fan. And it's just jumped.
No, it went down and then went back up again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Remember, it was like almost 3, and now it fell down. So somebody's pulled out, and then somebody's just changed their pledge.
So Peggy said, back to you guys. Awesome project. Thank you very much. And added another award. So Jen, you got us over that 2.5. So thank you very, very much. Now, and then Stephanie has just said, I've just up to my pledge. Oh, you guys are all amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you so much. So what happened? We were 2.9, and then somebody changed their pledge, obviously, so it went down, and then they've put a little bit on. But that's fine. Doesn't matter. I'm trying to figure out what happened. But anyway,
We're under 2.5. So yeah. So Stephanie just said she doubled her whole pledge.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Which you are absolutely amazing. So now I do know that that you have to run, Dan. So what I'm going to do is
I have other responsibilities, namely work tomorrow that I have to do. So
I'll leave the final word to you. You say what you need to say, and we'll get going.
get going. Once again, just thank you so much to everybody that pledges. I know that it's this stuff ain't cheap, but your support is the reason why we're able to do what we do, and it is greatly appreciated. I love you all. I can't wait to get Volume 3 out to you. And remember, you got a whole month. Tell your friends. Pass the link on to people. If you are in the Baltimore area or you want to come and visit us at Baltimore, we'll be there on the 8th, 9th, and 10th. And at whatever table it is, I can't remember. Shaun, you can quickly tell me. But looking forward to seeing you all. And I appreciate you all. So thank you very much. And we can't do this without you. So big love to you all. Thank you so much. And Quint loves you too.
All right. See you later, guys.
Peace out. Thank you.